These instructions will guide the viewer through the steps of installing the standard EPRI Leakage Current RF monitor on bushings or post-type insulators. When selecting the mounting locations for the RF monitors and base station, consideration should be given to the location of the RF monitors and orientation of the antennas. The RF monitors should be within line of sight and less than 900 feet away, or 300 meters, from the base station. If line of sight is not possible, range will be reduced. For longer ranges or challenging installations, contact EPRI to discuss the possibility of using a repeater. RF monitor installation. Major components: RF monitor with filter installed, antenna, lanyard with metal contact band, bracket, 2 1/4-inch bolts with lock washers, UV-resistant zip tie spacer. Required tools: a 7/16 wrench, snips, multimeter for continuity testing, it's optional, mounting bolts, nuts, and wrenches. Mounting bolts to attach the RF monitor to the structure are site-specific and provided by the utility. Determine location of RF monitor. The RF leakage current monitor should be installed lower than the highest point of the metal end fitting of the insulator. This is to ensure that the line to ground clearance is not reduced due to the installation of the RF monitor. The RF monitor also needs to be installed close enough to the insulator being monitored so that the metal contact band can be installed on the insulator and attached to the RF monitor using the lanyard. Attach RF monitor housing to bracket. Use the provided 1/4-inch bolts and lock washers to attach the RF monitor to the bracket. Choose the best hole pattern on the bracket for the application. Attach to the grounded structure. Ensure that the RF monitor will be well grounded to the structure. Expose the metal around the bolted connections if the structure is painted or heavily corroded. Attach the bracket to the structure using the larger holes with the nuts and bolts provided by the utility. Verify electrical connection. If possible, use a multimeter to measure the resistance between the RF monitor aluminum housing and the grounded structure. The resistance should show an effective short. If a high resistance is measured, remove the bracket and clean off any corrosion, paint, or debris from the metal surface to which the bracket is attached. Attach the lanyard to the insulator. Check the space under the lowest insulator shed. There needs to be enough space for both the metal band and plastic zip tie. Tighten the metal contact band around the insulator. Leave 1 inch of excess and then slip on the lanyard. Install the plastic zip tie between the metal band and the insulator base. The plastic zip tie must prevent the metal band from slipping down and contacting the metal base. Tighten both as much as possible and cut off the excess. If there is not enough space to install both the metal and plastic zip tie under the lowest shed, the metal band may need to be installed between the first and second sheds without the plastic zip tie. For polymer insulators with small diameters, a split collar will be provided. Attach lanyard to RF monitor. Screw the connector on the end of the lanyard cable to the filter on the RF monitor. Attach the antenna. The antenna should be installed vertically, but not protruding above the grounded end fitting of the insulator. Document RF monitor ID and location. Each EPRI RF monitor has a unique identification number and/or color code on the RF monitor housing. The number and/or color code needs to be documented and associated with the name or number of the equipment being monitored. Record this information after the installation of each RF monitor. This information needs to be provided to the EPRI team. System operation check. Inform your EPRI-assigned contact when the installation is complete to initiate a check of the connection between the base station and each RF monitor.